rent is OC right now. I ain't gonna lie. Rent is the same price damn near as a mortgage. So what I'm finna do today is we finna switch it up a little bit. I'm finna show y'all how to buy your first crib at 21 or whatever age you are using my experience on how I got my first crib. Cue the intro.
Niggas sketchy, I don't know who to rob. I be slanging that lead like I'm doodle ball. I was stuck in that set, I ain't know who to call. Dressing out cause they cut.
Alright, what's good, family? We switching up today. It's about to be a little different. So like, we not at the club, we not outside, feel me? I'm gonna show you, I told you I was gonna bring y'all some educational stuff too. So what we finna do is, I'm finna show y'all how I bought my first crib, and y'all can just use what I did to go get y'all a crib. Alright, so we're gonna go over a couple steps on how to do it, okay? So just follow along and listen through. Alright. So how to buy your first crib at 21. First and foremost, understand this. Not everyone gonna support you. You gotta understand this though. When you're doing different things, not everybody gonna be happy that you're doing different things, because different things scare people, you feel me? So like, when I was buying my crib, not everybody was happy. Like, not everybody thought of the negatives. But it's cool though, like, we negative people. And you gotta understand, we bred negative because like, alright, put it like this. We bred negative because back in the day, say a caveman or something, or like your ancestors, when they went and hunted a woolly mammoth or something like that, they couldn't just go out there and be like all positive, like, oh yeah, we finna kill this motherfucker, we finna get him, yeah, he finna. Nah, they had to be on P's and Q's, because that joint would have stomped on them, you feel me? So like, everybody ain't gonna support what you doing, but like, people will. Understand, like, if it's a lot of negativity, understand, like, stand on what you doing. Like, die about what you doing, feel me? Understand that's for the right reason, because what people don't understand scares them. First and foremost. Second, it's okay to be scared. It's totally fine to be scared. Like, it's a crib. Like, it's like scary. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm 21 years old. It's people half my age that don't got a crib, double my age, 10 years on me. And that's the thing too. Like, some people don't want to buy because they don't want everything to fall back on them. But when you realize you got it, like, you got yourself like that, and you can control your own destiny, and you could really, like, you could make shit shake. Make it shake, bro. You feel me? Alright, let's get into these steps. Oh yeah, here's a tip, like, if you're really scared and you won't stand on business. And I'm not a teacher, I'm not a guru on none of that. I'm just telling y'all what I did. So this is just from my experience. Y'all use it as you want, okay? If you really want to buy a crib, find a good realtor. We're gonna talk about that in here. But sign a contract. Sign a contract. You sign a contract, you locked in, then you gotta get a crib. And the pressure really hits, the pressure's really big when you know you gotta do something. That's when it hits the most for real. So sign a contract, you feel me? That's up to you though. That's what I did. But step one, disappear for a year. I wish I didn't disappear for a year. I tried to disappear for a couple months, but I wish I would have disappeared for longer. Cause like, disappear, go get you some books. So a real estate book, read up on real estate, and read up on like financial literacy. So go get you some books, you feel me? Go get you some books, and then figure out how you gonna make this stuff shake. And figure out everything you need to know. You should know. And when you in the car driving, you should be listening to podcasts, real estate podcasts, credit podcasts, stock podcasts. Like, you should be listening to things that's gonna help you grow. Self-improvement podcasts. Like, stop listening to music when you in the car. If you in the car by yourself, like, start listening to podcasts. That's gonna help you. Like, if you got a 30-minute drive to work or a 30-minute drive home, that's an hour podcast you can listen to. Like, you can ask my friends, like, they get in the car with me, like, I turn on a podcast. It's really not no music playing in my car. But like, especially if you by yourself, start listening to a podcast. Get yourself, feel me? So first step is to lock in for a year. A year to 6 months. Lock in for a year to 6 months. Stop going out and understand that you got bigger things coming up, so you can't go out no more, okay? Second thing, get your credit right, fool. I'm gonna tell you how I did it. I am not no credit person or like financial advisor. I'm none of that, bro. I'm just a 21-year-old who bought a crib. That's all I am. So, but look, I'm gonna tap a video below in the link in the description that shows you how to build your credit. She be going crazy, bro. I listened to her in the car, but she be going crazy. I'm gonna tell you what I did. So when I was 18, I'm in the military. I'm in the military too. And I'm gonna bring that part up too when it comes to getting a crib. But when I was 18, the military had a credit card that you could only use on base. So when I got to my first, when I went to tech school, which is our training, I got a credit card and I would just use that gen. And that joint boosted my score up and it approved me. And I got a $200 credit card. I just put all my bills and everything on there. And I made sure that joint was paid off every single month. But I've been doing that since I was 18. You feel me? I bought it at 21. So my credit score was straight. But that's all you gotta do. Get you a credit card. Make sure it doesn't have an annual fee. Put all your subscriptions. And I would use it like a debit card pretty much. If you couldn't pay for it on your debit card, do not use your credit card for it. If you can't put it on your debit, do not put it on credit. Only use your credit card for things that you know that you could pay off by the end of the month. It should, like how I was living I put it at a zero balance each and every month. But apparently, like the credit card video will show you like it's different ways. But that's the way I was doing it, and like I said, I'm just doing this based off my experience. For me. All right. Step number 2: save. If you're not in the military, you're probably gonna do an FHA loan or a conventional loan or one of them things. So like I think with FHA you need 3.5%. So if you got, so let's say you bought a $100,000 crib, you have to put $3,500 down, $3,500 down in order to buy the crib. So save up your money so you can have your down payment. If you're in the military, use your VA loan. And like I said, if you're in the military, I would still stack up 5 bands. That's what I would do. 5, 6, 7 bands. 5 to 7 bands is what I would stack up before you buy the crib. That's how much I would stack up. And if you're doing the FHA loan, I would do your 3.5 or however much you have. And on top of that, I would still have about 5 bands stacked up, just in case. That's how much I would do before I pull that trigger to say, okay, let's meet with a real estate agent. All right, I don't even know what step you're on. But the next thing to do is find good referrals for a real estate agent. Your real estate agent is gonna help your process, either like make or break your process. I had an amazing real estate agent. So like I said, y'all can DM me on Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat or whatever. Y'all can just DM me and I could give y'all number. If you're in Colorado Springs looking for a crib, I'm gonna plug her. Cause like she was an amazing realtor. Like she didn't try to just sell me a house to make money, you feel me? We would go into a crib, and after like, cause we were looking at cribs like crazy. When we got on our 5th, 6th, 7th, she knew what I liked, knew what I didn't like. So I'd walk in the crib and my face would go down cause I'd be like, I don't like this joint. But I wouldn't say that with my words, but she would see my face, she'd be like, you don't like this joint? She'd be like, okay, bet, come on, let's go. Boom, we out of here. Like, that's how it was. That's how it was. We walk around, she'd be like, you don't like it? Nope, wasn't no convincing. All right, let's keep looking, let's see what you like. And that's what you want. You want somebody patient, somebody who's not trying to just make money, but also make sure you living in something that you actually enjoy. So get good referrals. Do not go and find a realtor.com and pick a random dude or random girl because she look good. Go get referrals on like your realtor so you can really like, you feel me? So you can really tap in. Next step, get something you can afford. Run your numbers, bro. Run your numbers on your crib. Do not, bro, if you was my age, 21, you do not need you a big ass mouth. You don't need 5 beds, 4 bathrooms with a pool, and you don't need that, bro. You don't need that. If you get your credit right, you won't get approved for a lot. I'm gonna just give y'all an example for me. Like, I got approved for a lot of money, but I did not use what I got approved for because I got what I could afford. So don't get you something crazy. It's your first crib, bro. You gonna use this crib. Slow motion is better than no motion. So you gonna use this crib to elevate to more cribs and more other stuff. So get you something you could afford by yourself. If it's just you living in that crib and stuff goes left, get you something you could afford if it's just you. Do not go crazy and spend out of your means trying to impress people. Because this will be your first crib and it will probably be your last crib. Next thing, get something you can house hack. So house hack in real estate terms is pretty much so I got a 2 bed, 2 full bath. So 1 bedroom, 1 full bathroom, another bedroom, another full bathroom, right? So pretty much I'm living in it. It's just me right now. But if I wanted to, I could move somebody in there and then make my rent cheaper. Like I said, I could afford it by myself, but if I move somebody in, then it would be cheaper and like, you feel me? So what I'm saying? So get something you can house hack. So like if you get something you could afford and you like, you know what? I want to start cash flowing off this or making money off this. Because if I move somebody in right now, I make money off the crib. But I'll go into why later. Why I haven't moved anybody in yet later. But like I said, get something you could afford by yourself. Make sure you get something you can afford by yourself. Do not rely on other people, especially if you're going to be living in it. If you're going to be living in it, do not rely on other people. Get something you can afford by yourself. And then if you want to move somebody in, then boom, you good. Now you're making money off it. But if you want to be by yourself, boom, you good because you can afford it. You feel me? Next step, scope out the area. One thing that I didn't do before I got my crib was kind of scope out the area. I like the area I live in. I do like the area I live in, but I wish I would have scoped it out more. So like I said, I got a condo, so I got people, I own a condo, so I got people above me type deal. But you feel me? I want like sometimes so like if you want to throw parties or you want to be loud or so if you want to throw parties something like that, sometimes you can't because you got people living with you. So also take that into consideration when you're buying your crib. You feel me? Like but any place you want to be, you have to be quiet. Like understand that you just can't get a party and go Project X every weekend. You have neighbors now. You're a homeowner, so be responsible. But understand that. So like if you like having people over or stuff like that, understand that a condo. People live above you, people live below you. But like maybe if you just buy a house by yourself, like you could probably have that party because your neighbors are probably spread out a little bit. But like understand that, scope out the area. See if it's like, make sure that the area is not ghetto, make sure it's safe. Drive around there at night. Like do all these things before you buy your crib to make sure you actually love where you're living at. Go and listen on the weekends, like because maybe your neighbors are loud, maybe you won't like that. So go and listen to the weekends on what your neighbors are doing or what your area is doing when you're not around. Go see what's really going on with your area to see, because you could love the house, but if the area is terrible, it could ruin your house experience for you. So go make sure you like the area, okay? All right, I don't know which one we on, so we just gonna go with I'm gonna go with step 9, because I think that's what we on. Your dream house is gonna disappear. Everybody who looks for a crib, they gonna find that one. Oh, I want that one. But understand, if it's out of your price range, forget about it. It's not meant to be. And understand, if it's in your price range and it goes to somebody else, you'll find another house. I promise you, most of y'all who go out and get a crib after watching this video, you are gonna find a house you love. It happened to me, it happens to everybody. You're gonna find a house you love, and then that house is gonna disappear off the market because somebody else bought it, or bid higher than you, or bid to where you bid it to a point that doesn't fit in your price range. That's okay. You'll find another crib, and if it disappears, that crib was not meant to be. Go get you another one. Have an abundance mindset. You won't find another one. Trust me, it's hella houses out here, and it's another one you'll find that'll probably be better than the one that you were going to get. God works in mysterious ways. Let him, you feel me? If it wasn't supposed to happen, it wasn't supposed to happen. So understand, don't get mad about the crib, and understand if it's out of your price range, just because it's your dream house, but it's out of your price range, it is out of your price range. Do not let this first house be your last house. Get something you can afford. All right, I think this is number 10, but I'm gonna skip a step and tell y'all why one mistake I did make. If you want to make your crib a rental, do not get comfortable living in it by yourself. That's the reason I haven't house hacked my crib yet. Being by yourself is amazing. I love being by myself. I also love making money too. But you just gotta think about your peace. Like me personally right now, I'm so good with losing out on a little bit of money so I can live by myself. But if you really want to make this, if you want to start a real estate portfolio and start rentals, before you get into that crib, start screening people, finding out. Now, I can't give you advice on roommates because I've never had a roommate. I can't give you advice on that. But I can tell you that if you just don't get comfortable. Do not get comfortable in the crib. Because once you get comfortable, you are not going to want to move anybody in this motherfucker. You are not going to want to move anybody in your crib once you get comfortable, bro. So do not get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. My advice would be, and if I could go, and what I'll probably do when I get my next jank, I'll probably start screening people before I even buy the crib. So when I move in, they move in. So it's not no rest time of knowing how it feels to be by myself. It's like, okay, they're in the crib, I'm in the crib, all right, boom. But like I said, that's why we get a house we can afford, so you can live by yourself if you're cool with losing a little money. If you're cool with losing out on money, that's straight. You still paying for a crib. And all right, look at this at the end of the day. Look at this at the end of the day of why I got a crib. And I'm gonna do a whole nother YouTube video on this, right? Right now, it's people paying my rent, my mortgage right now. It's people who are renting apartments and they have the same mortgage for me, and I have a mortgage. But the thing with my mortgage, that money's going back in my pocket. Cause I look at it, I don't really look at it as a mortgage. I look at it as it has to be paid every month, but I look at it as me paying myself. Cause there's certain points where if I have a high interest rate, I can refinance, get that money out, boom, and now I'm putting that to another project. My monthly goes down for this joint, so when I rent it out, I'm cash flowing more. But if I'm in an apartment, that just goes to the person, whoever owns the joint. I'm not making no money off that, but off a crib, I'm making money off it, you feel me? I got money going into the crib, then going back into my pockets, because I can refi, take out some of that money and put in this to another investment. And then I get, like I said, I haven't even talked about the tax benefits, and then I haven't even talked, it's stuff that comes with cribs. It's bad stuff too, but I'm here to tell you the positives, but I will, trust and believe we're making a video about the negatives, because it hasn't been easy. I'm not gonna say here a lot of y'all act like it was. It hasn't been easy. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna tell y'all about all that. We're gonna be very transparent with y'all. So we're gonna start dropping educational videos too. But all right, I'm sorry, I sidetracked. Let me get back to the steps. But oh, that's my next step. Just because you bought the crib, don't mean you can relax. So I said save up 5 bands. Like my father always says. My father always told me. He told me for the crib. And you start to realize your parents, like, they're usually right because they've been through it. Your parents are usually right. But my father told me before I bought my crib, he was like, when it rains, it pours. And he's 100% right. When I got into my crib, I had a month of peace, and then stuff started happening. And I'll make a video on what started happening. But when it rains, it pours. So have your emergency fund. That's why I say disappear for about 6 months to a year, because you'll have your closing costs and all that. You have your emergency fund. Because like I said, my father says when it rains, it pours, but I add to that, it only hurts people who don't have an umbrella. You feel me? When it rains, the only person it hurts is the person who came unprepared. But if you're having that savings, that emergency fund for when stuff breaks down, that's your umbrella. That savings is your umbrella. Use that. So use that. So just don't relax when you get in the crib. Understand, if it can break, it will. That's part of being a homeowner, but understand the bigger picture. It's an investment. So like if something breaks in the crib, you're fixing it. Now you know it's probably not gonna break again. Now you're good. You feel me? So just understand that stuff will happen, and I'll make a video on that, on like things that can happen when you're in your crib. Pros and cons of owning a crib, pretty much. Last step. Enjoy the crib. Enjoy it. It's your crib. Enjoy it. But understand what you're using it for. I forget this a lot. Look, bro, I'm not no, like, I am not no financial guru or like teacher or like none of that. I'm just telling y'all what I've already like experienced and been through. Cause I know cause I feel like everybody should have real estate. Like I feel like it's people our age, our generation, we're changing stuff. Like it's people are getting rich at a very young age. People are finding it, I want to figure out how, and let me tell you how. You just gotta go and take that risk. The reason why I'm at where I'm at right now, and where I'm at right now is not rich. I'm not rich yet. But I haven't taken any good. Well, this house was a risk, but the reason why I'm not rich right now is because I haven't been taking enough risk, and I hold myself accountable for that. And I need to start taking more risks. Like that's straight. You have to look yourself in the mirror and understand that like you have to take risks. Where you at right now is because of you. That's it. Straight like that. So if you want to go up 2024, take risks. Fail at them. Learn from them. I can tell you this. I can make this video on buying a house because I understand it now. I have the experience. It's a quote that I once heard. It's, you see something, you forget it. You hear something, you remember it. But not until you do something will you understand it. That's true. That's so true. You can ask my real estate agent. That first 3 houses, you go in there and it's like I'm a kid in the candy store. I'm looking at rugs and carpets and like not knowing what to look at. I don't know what type of houses I like. But by your 6th house, you're gonna be like, oh, nah, I don't like this. Boom, let's go to the next one. Boom, I don't like this. Like you experience. The only way you could gain knowledge is with experience. So enjoy this house. Be grateful. Enjoy. Take the risk. It was worth it. Cause you gonna succeed. Just just make sure you make sure you're within your means. Don't overdo it, and understand that this is an investment for the future. So that's pretty much the end of this video. We're gonna be dropping way more educational content. Look, bro, I'm not a teacher. I'm not rich yet. We not rich yet, but we gonna be. Don't worry about that. But like, I'm just showing y'all what I've done from my experience. If y'all have like disagreements or anything like that, just comment below. I love to talk about it, but it's from my experience. Like I said, I'm in here right now. I'm in my humble abode right now. So this is what worked for me as being a 21-year-old getting a crib. And like I said, understand there's gonna be negative people out there who don't understand what you're trying to do. If you're at a young, like especially if you're at a young age and trying to get a crib, it's gonna be people who don't have cribs telling you not to get a crib. And people will mess around and listen to them. People will be, you'll be 21, it'll be people twice, 10 times your age, twice, like a couple, like a decade older than you that don't have a crib and be like, nah, you can't get it. You can't. If I can't afford it, you can't. I had somebody tell me that. I can't afford a crib right now, so I know you can't afford a crib. Bro, they not you. Run your own race, run your own story, man. But now, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Like I said, we're gonna drop so much more educational content. We got many bangers coming soon. But now, I'm gonna see y'all later. Love y'all family. Remember, it's your job to create your own reality. Peace. Pray for me. What was you when I was stressing? I was stuck in the box. And taking loss is just a blessing when you come from the block. I got a fully loaded weapon and it's one in the top. Cause I'd rather call collect before I get put in the box. I told my mother, don't worry, I know she pray for me. And if I die tonight, know my niggas will catch a case for me. 50 round glizzy, 100 out of that case.